I'm a very mysterious person, and when you first meet me, I don't really think you know where I'm coming from. It takes a while to get to know me. I think it's because I take my time to get to know people. You're going to get someone who's affable, who's nice, but you're not going to get the whole picture of Aaliyah for a while. Mocha chocolate.
Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel, Insurgent ATL Presents. I am the Insurgent one, Santricia Elaine. I am presenting Aaliyah Still Surviving R. Kelly as the first video of my YouTube channel to help keep this conversation of child abuse, molestation. My goal for my Aaliyah Still Surviving R. Kelly video is to add to the narrative of Aaliyah's legacy from just being the Angelic Princess of R&B to being a successful surviving queen of the entertainment industry, to encourage the victims of R. Kelly of sexual assault throughout the world and entertainment industry, but especially women of color, to turn their victimization into victory, to not let pain, blame, or shame stop them from pushing past it all, just like Aaliyah, whose name continues to be attached and dragged down with that of a little black girl abuser. My hope is that the surviving R. Kelly victims, along with the victims and supporters of Me Too, Time's Up, the ICU, and Black Girls Matter movements would go further than helping R. Kelly to get convicted, but to help him and themselves get some psychological help, as well as holding the industry leaders who have helped financially back him in settling all his prior cases out of court, like RCA Sony, his bodyguards and managers, and Chicago PD for not properly filing reports of his abuse of black girls. We as women have to come together, acknowledge, support, and build each other up through our pain to finally tear down the old founding fathers' slave trading and owning, along with the systematic over-sexualization, abuse, and misuse of all women, especially African American women, to make themselves and their egos feel better. And we have to speak life into her legacy, and just say she was an intelligent woman.
It's definitely fun to explore that side of yourself, and the side of yourself that you keep hidden in your everyday life, because you're not supposed to go there unless it's absolutely necessary. And yeah, it's fun to just be that mean, evil person. See how far you can really go. I like it. I think everyone has a bit of a fascination with the dark side, and it's fun to go to the movies and escape and really get deep into the whole fantastical characters. And I myself have always loved the dark side as well, so I think it's something that everyone secretly longs for and wants.
Just seeing R. Kelly with Aaliyah is like, it's personal. It's one of your, it feels like one of your family members, somebody you know. Because everybody just loves her. So it feels very personal. To hear the girls saying that they was on a tour bus. And, that's after the girl said he had one of her, high school best friends bent over it in the studio in front of,
I was not familiar with how the annulment happened with Aaliyah. I just know that it did.
And then, we got Aaliyah in trouble. We think she's pregnant. I mean, I'm bubbling, like my blood is boiling on the side. Like,
this whole situation makes me think back on poor Aaliyah. Aaliyah started out her career with R. Kelly because she and R. Kelly were under her uncle's management at the time. However, the dynamic between them was odd. R. Kelly had Aaliyah dressing like him, and he referred to her as his best friend.
Most of all, I'd like to thank two very special people in my life. That's my mom, who is in heaven enjoying Kelly right now, and my best friend in the whole wide world, Aaliyah.
This was odd because he was close to 30 years old, and Aaliyah was only 14 at the time. At the tender age of 13 to 14, R. Kelly had Aaliyah in the recording studio with him by herself. Both R. Kelly and Aaliyah produced Aaliyah's multi-platinum classic album called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. However, there was a lot of drama and speculation around that title and around Aaliyah and R. Kelly's relationship.
Yeah. Okay, let's clear something up, because you know I've been getting a rundown on the street. Everybody seems to think that y'all are either girlfriend or boyfriend or cousins or friends. Let's just get the record straight.
Well, no, we're not related at all. No, we're not. We're just very close. He's my best friend.
Guess you could say that R. Kelly has a thing for younger ladies. In 1994, the R&B singer married his protege, Aaliyah. But if you consider that Kelly was 27 at the time and his bride was 15, the court documents show that the couple was married in Chicago on August 31st, 1994, and that Aaliyah lied about her age. She claimed to be 18. Shortly after the nuptials, Aaliyah's family persuaded a judge to annul the marriage.
Aaliyah was on top of the world, and then this happened. Did they get married?
Well, Ryan, is not my place or the forum for me to really get into that.
Okay.
So she's famous, she's rich, and the only thing she seems vague about is how old she is.
My age is going around. It's like I just never really say it, so you can't hear it from me. But I'm in my mid-teens.
Mid-teens, okay. I suppose you could define that either way.
15, 16, 17.
They were saying all kinds of things about, oh, Aaliyah's married.
Right. I just say, well, I say no.
Well, she may say no, but this marriage certificate shows that last August, Aaliyah and R. Kelly said yes. But hold on a sec. How old did she say she was again?
I'm in my mid-teens. 15, 16, 17.
So if she says mid-teens, the certificate says 18 and her record company 15, how old is Aaliyah? Maybe the reason she's keeping quiet is because if proved she's a minor, her marriage to R. Kelly will be null and void.
What happened was,
like she was the
Robert's
original
mom
16
died
and pregnant.
in the process of them making the record. And Robert was extraordinarily close to his mom. She was his muse,
Right.
She as well. She was an inspiration for him in a lot of ways and stuff. And so it was a traumatic experience. And so that trauma made him and Aaliyah become very close, because a lot of times in the studio, like it would just be them two, and he'd be like obviously crying and
that's called
going
preying
through
on
whatever
her.
he was dealing with, trying to deal with the loss of his mom, and like she would be the one kind of there comforting him, because they were working together so closely. Again, not condoning anything, but I think that's what kind of got the lines fuzzy.
Right.
I think that was it.
So, you know about all the rumors about you being married and stuff like that. Was there any truth to that?
Man, you are so late.
She ain't here for that.
I just had to ask it, though.
Nah, because, the fans, they know. You know what I mean? My fans that I love you, thank you for supporting me, they know. You need to get, an old vibe or something and,
right.
Get the answer, because that's old. I'm single.
Old vibe.
Basically, Aaliyah confirmed her marriage to R. Kelly because Vibe magazine published their marriage certificate. The marriage was annulled by Aaliyah's parents' request. Her family was in uproar that the marriage happened in the first place because she was 15 and he was 27.
Were they really, though?
Not only that, it was alleged that Aaliyah was pregnant by R. Kelly.
In 2002,
because
Kelly was
Aaliyah made
charged
a
with
lot
child
of power
pornography.
moves.
He was eventually cleared.
Being with
but this
like
new
R.
book,
Kelly,
The Man Behind the Man, threatens to
Jay-Z
dig up
and
old
Damon
skeletons.
Dash.
It's written by Kelly's former personal assistant, Demetra Smith. The nonfiction work delves into Kelly's professional and personal relationships, including one with late R&B singer Aaliyah.
Her family
One excerpt from the book reads, I think she's pregnant, he said, in a voice that sounded as if he wanted to burst out in tears. Oh man, Rob, was all I could say at the time. Daryl arranged for a car to pick Aaliyah up at O'Hare Airport.
I ain't saying Aaliyah was a gold digger, but she wasn't messing with no broke niggas.
The publishers say the book also examines that so-called secret marriage of Kelly and then 15-year-old Aaliyah, something that has become modern folklore. But is it true? Smith reportedly says to Kelly, how you gonna marry Aaliyah, Rob? I asked in bitter sadness. I wanted him to relinquish his idea on how that was going to happen.
America thinks that her parents consented to this. The book reveals it was a secret from
actually her parents as well.
All the way wrong.
It was something that RKelly orchestrated within his camp.
Aaliyah's family got her away from RKelly and probably saw to it that she had an abortion because poor Aaliyah was sexually abused and she probably didn't know it. After the whole marriage drama and Aaliyah split from RKelly tried to get Aaliyah blackballed from the industry.
What was surprising to me is really how after it all came out, it was really kind of like Aaliyah got villainized somehow.
Yeah, she got blamed.
That's true. Yeah, and that's the part that I never understood, and that's what made the transition to the second album very difficult. You know, except for a few relationships with Jermaine Dupri and Puffy, it was hard for us to get producers.
Wow. So you think y'all had been blackballed once people started?
It felt like it. That's what it felt like.
They had to make another power move.
I just didn't understand why they were upset.
Which was Jay-Z.
Aaliyah was still able to have success in music, but her marriage to RKelly was a very dark time in her mysterious, short-lived life. And the reason why I bring up Aaliyah's story is because the same way these young girls are promised fame by RKelly is the same way RKelly promised fame to Aaliyah. And he did help jumpstart her career, but it came with a cost, and it almost destroyed Aaliyah's life and her career in music.
Like dangling candy.
Disgusting.
Like this is promotion.
Because a grown man wearing Mickey Mouse is disgusting. Unless he at
we're gonna play with you.
Disney
World.
World.
We're not gonna give you any direct answers, and we're gonna kind of leave you wondering, well, are they a couple? We were out on the road. Literally. On a tour bus, there really aren't any confined spaces. When you get on the bus, there are bunks. And so these bunks have little curtains you can pull at night if you don't want anybody to see you sleeping. So it just so happened we were all laying in our bunks. And curtains are open, everybody's communicating, laughing. We used to play different pranks on each other. And
where were the parents at?
Intended to prank time when the door flew open on the bus.
Oh, Jesus.
Robert was having sex with Aaliyah.
Fix it, Jesus. Make your heart hurt.
Did you feel protective of Aaliyah at the time? Do you feel protective of Aaliyah now?
Everybody still feel protective of Aaliyah. Like, come on now.
Get in my mouth to say.
Jesus.
Destroyed a lot of people. Destroyed a lot of people.
He still is.
A lot of people who loved and adored him. And I can't stress to you enough how people are still suffering behind things that went on 20 years ago.
He's still suffering. He ain't dealt with his own stuff.
After that, it kind of started the breakup of everything and everybody. A lot of people's emotions were challenged.
They didn't want another truth. Say it ain't so.
Our whole family.
They don't know. How could they know? And still, the bus driver should have said something. All them young girls on that bus.
Robert said, man, we got Aaliyah in trouble.
Did you now?
And Aaliyah in trouble? What do you mean? Man, we got to get to Chicago. I said, well, I'm going to call Barry and tell Barry. No, man, we can't tell Barry.
Her uncle? Oh, okay. No, don't tell him, huh?
Robert mentioned to me that
what he gonna do?
That broke my heart right there. I was so disappointed in him because I really believed him when he said that, you know, he wasn't doing anything messing with Aaliyah because I questioned him.
Thought you had a friend.
And once he told me that, I was like, I was lost for words, man.
Should have been lost for a job and quit.
I was in the room when they got married.
In 1994, I was working at MTV News as a writer, not on air, and the issue of is he married to Aaliyah was wild and being talked about widely. Finally, my boss told me, call the Cook County Clerk's office and tell them to send you the marriage certificate.
Hip-hop star R. Kelly did indeed marry his protege, the 15-year-old singer Aaliyah Houghton.
Oh, not his protege, his best friend in the whole wide world.
Said that she was 18 when she was actually 15, and R. Kelly was 27, and they were married.
I'm not proud of that. I had papers forged for them. But Aaliyah was underage. Got the marriage license, and we were in a hotel.
So all she did was sign.
Illinois. It was just a quick little ceremony. Nothing elaborate. She didn't have on a white dress. Robert didn't have on a tux. Just everyday wear. And Robert said, I do. He said, I do, him and Aaliyah.
What is he so happy about?
Aaliyah looked worried, scared. Worried and scared.
Poor baby.
I wanted so much to grab Aaliyah and talk to her. I wanted so much to talk to her. Because she looked at me. She gave me a look like
Help
she
me.
wanted me to talk to her. That's why I feel like I left her. I failed them. Both of them. I knew that it had changed the course of everything.
And, you know, what's sad to know as well is that somebody had to know. It's like, who all was turning a blind eye?
Can't tell you who knew.
But I'm just saying, they said that, hey, he was hanging out at Michael Jordan's house.
Right.
He was hanging out at Michael Jordan's house.
I mean, like I said, like they said, he'll use his bodyguards. He used his bodyguards.
I don't think he was that secretive about it. He had to tell somebody. But yet and still, who was he on tour with? I know he went on the tour with Jay-Z. Yeah, it was heard, you know, they had issues on that tour.
Exactly, Jay-Z would have said some shit.
But he was on, like, people in that industry knew. And it's like, when you around some fuck shit, when you around fuck, people want to look at Aaliyah like she was so innocent. No, but she ain't got to be innocent. She survived. You know what I mean? She lived, she learned, and she was way better off in the end than she was in the beginning. She learned from, you know, her mistakes or whatever, you know, she would have called them. She might have not called them mistakes. She just might have called them lessons learned. She wasn't an angel. She was human. And by her own definition of the success that she wanted, she was successful.
And try again. You can dust it off and try again, and try again. Cause if at first you don't succeed, you can dust it off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again, and try again,
What's up, what's up? This is Beyonce on the red carpet with one of the hottest female artists out here, Miss Aaliyah. How you doing, girl?
It's so good to see you again.
You too. She's just looking fabulous.
Thank
what are you
you.
wearing tonight?
I'm wearing Gucci shoes, Gucci. Got a little Indian jewelry working.
Oh, that is hot.
Thank
All right.
you.
Now, you've been working it with these movies. Were you nervous?
Very nervous, but I'm real happy. It's something I've wanted for a long time, so to finally make that transition, it's great.
You're doing another movie this summer, right?
Hopefully things work out. Everything will be rolling.
That's
so,
great. What are you looking forward to seeing?
Tonight?
Tonight, yes.
I want to see D'Angelo perform.
Girl, I'm with you because you know he's fine.
He's fine. He's hot.
All right, back to you, Cisco.
Come on, y'all! Where you at? We want everybody up in here to sing the words of this song. Sing! I've been watching you like the heart in the sky. In my prayer. Oh, I promise you, if we keep open hands, I know.
Now, I know people in the comment section are thinking, well, Beyonce had to do something to get to the top. No, she didn't. For one, Beyonce is talented, okay? She could sing, she could dance, she could perform. Not only that, you have to consider the men that she has had connections to. Her father, Matthew Knowles, had connections to Columbia Records when she was in Destiny's Child. A lot of you don't know this, but Matthew finessed his way to a high position at Columbia Records, which is why Beyonce did so well at that label. Not to mention, she married Jay-Z, and Jay-Z has a lot of connections in the music industry through Def Jam, Rock Nation, Tidal, etc. So if you're a person who's affiliated with people who have a lot of connections, would you sleep your way to the top? No, you wouldn't. Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. Okay, some interesting details came out about Jay-Z and Dame Dash relationship. Jay-Z and Damon Dash owned a record label called RKelly Records, which was extremely successful. However, the label fell off because of Damon and Jay's tense relationship. They had a lot of business conflicts, which were instigated by people on the outside who wanted to split them apart. Also, they had two big egos, so they often clashed. Not only that, they fought over women. And that's one of the main reasons why they went their separate ways and why RKelly eventually fell off. Now, one of the women that Jay-Z and Damon Dash had tension over was Aaliyah. Aaliyah was first dating Jay-Z. However, Damon Dash went behind Jay-Z's back, allegedly, and took Aaliyah from him. And this wasn't the first time that happened either. Jay-Z and Damon Dash often competed over women. When Dame took Aaliyah from Jay-Z, it caused even more tension between the two of them. But another thing that I did not know is Damon Dash allegedly tried to take Beyonce from Jay-Z as well. Now, a former radio host named Star had an interview with a producer named Choke No Joke, and Choke No Joke was one of the producers for RKelly. So he had a lot of inside tea. Listen to what he had to say.
Something happened once upon a time with Dame Dash and Beyonce. Yes, no, Choke?
Yes. I mean, nothing happened. Like, he kissed her or sexed her. Did he try to holler at her? Yeah. But that's the same thing that he did with Aaliyah. But Aaliyah fell for it. Beyonce wasn't going to violate Jay like that. I mean, we all know that it was a point at RKelly where Dame was not allowed around Beyonce. Anybody that worked there at that time knew that Dame was not allowed around fucking Beyonce because he was a creep.
Okay, now, Choke, here's the question. We want to put respect on the memory of Aaliyah, but did Dame take Aaliyah from Jay-Z? How'd that thing go down?
He went behind his back and hollered at her just like he did with Beyonce. But like I said, Beyonce wasn't going for that shit. And the only reason Aaliyah may have went for it is because Jay wouldn't be public with her because he was trying to keep her private. So, she probably was like, yo, I got the best nigga in the game and he don't want to be out with me, and that played our part in Dame being able to pull her away from him.
Power moves.
You know what I'm saying? Why would you be hollering at his broad anyway?
Right. So now, who was Aaliyah with first? Was she with Dame first, or was she with Jay first?
She was with Jay first. We all know that. Come on, man. Stop it.
No, I don't know, Joe. She was
Aaliyah
with Jay. Jay was
moves.
smashing Aaliyah.
Just like Jay-Z.
I didn't say he was smashing. I say she was in his company first.
So you heard that from Choke No Joke. Basically, Aaliyah left Jay-Z to be with Dame because Jay-Z did not want to go public with Aaliyah. And more than likely, it was because Jay-Z was trying to preserve his player image. So he didn't want to have a serious girlfriend. However, when he lost Aaliyah to his business partner, it did kind of make him feel some type of way. So Jay-Z was like, okay, I'm going to find myself another hot R&B chick. And guess who came along? Beyonce. Jay-Z was very protective of Beyonce, and he did not want Damon Dash to snatch her away like he did Aaliyah. And it ended up working out for Jay-Z in the end because Beyonce stood by his side, and they ended up building an empire together. And I do think the same could have happened for Aaliyah and Damon Dash if Aaliyah did not unfortunately lose her life.
One of the hottest female artists out here, Miss Aaliyah.
Aaliyah dying and September 11th and then Gloria dying. I really didn't think I could take any more grief.
She just was such an illuminating presence. She just had that attitude of like, I'm getting ready to conquer the world. But at the same time, had this smile of innocence and warmth.
We found out that she'd been been shooting a pop clip in the Bahamas, I think, and her plane had been involved in an accident.
It was shocking, the death coming about in both the manner in which it came about, but, you know, more particularly just the fact that somebody in that, you know, circumstance was, you know, it was just a very strong, very deep loss to everybody involved.
We'd already shot some scenes with her in Alameda, a lot of people.
You know, it's not something that you sort of switch gears quite so quickly in, and I think it took a long time, particularly sort of for Larry and Andy, to absorb what had actually happened and to deal with that and, you know, give it the respect that, you know, you would want to.
It was a really hard loss for the film. It was a really hard loss personally. It was a really hard loss for the community of music and entertainment, and we'll miss her.
I think Aaliyah and Gloria are all here, you know, checking it out and making sure everything's going okay, so I think it'll be all right.
Man, people can be here with you one day and gone the next. So you better say what you need to say. You better express your love every minute that you can get. You know what I'm saying? And today is not promised.
Her reputation and legacy can remain what it is because she allowed her positivity to outweigh her negativity or the negative actions people wanted to place on her. So instead of being a victim, Aaliyah was a survivor and a thriver.
Take it to me, what would you say? We need a resolution. We have so much nothing. Am I supposed to change? Are you supposed to change? Who should be hurt and who should be blamed? Working, baby, working, baby.
Everything that Aaliyah spoke in her interviews that she wanted to accomplish, she did. No matter how short her life was cut, she accomplished everything that she wanted to. No matter if there's a conspiracy theory of Beyonce and Jay-Z behind her death, no weapons formed against Aaliyah prospered. She is still surviving today.
I have to honestly say that everything is worth it. The hard work, the times when you're tired, the times when you're a bit sad, the good moments when you're on stage performing in front of thousands of people. In the end, it's all worth it because it really makes me happy. And I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. You know, right now it's hard to say what I want my legacy to be, you know, what I want people to say when I'm long gone. I want people to look at me as a full-on entertainer and a good person. So, you know, we'll talk a few years down the line and we'll see where my head is at then, but that's what I want for right now.
For Aaliyah, everybody at home, just continue to pray for her brother, and mother, and father, and family.
Take it away, Asher.
How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times that made us laugh, I'll wave them back. I thought we get to see forever, but forever's gone.